Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Domain Podcast. I am your main host, Naz, or Naz, whichever you prefer. I'm joined by
me, who is Nate, and/or also Fyro, and/or also Phi, and also and/or joined by my third host, this guy.
You could call me James, you could call me Meme, but don't call me late for dinner. And we're joined here with our guest star, Willem Dafoe. What do you want to say, Willem Dafoe?
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
Godspeed, Spider-Man. Anyways, we have a great podcast plan for you guys.
No, we don't. We have nothing planned.
Don't say that.
We don't.
You're not supposed to hear that part.
They're not
supposed to know that we don't plan these.
We're restarting. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to the stupid dumb face podcast with my dumb stupid host friend, stupid idiot Nas, dumb James. Yeah. Yeah. And
Why am I
it.
stupid idiot and he's just dumb?
Yeah, I'm not taking it back. I mean, what's said was said.
So not fair.
Life's not fair, cry about it. Cry me a river, build me a bridge. Too bad, so sad, go home, tell dad. And every other adage in the book.
You can't be mean to me, it's Black History Month.
Fuck. I take it back. James, you're the target for the day. Nah, you're the target of every day.
I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble.
Damn right you are. Anywho, it's been 2 weeks since the last episode. We didn't record an episode last week because, you know, all three of us got busy. All three of us got busy, so we didn't get a chance to record. But this week, no, we're cutting that out. No, I'm kidding. This week we're back, and we've got we're leaving all this in. This week we got another episode, and you know, that's that. I don't know if we're even gonna do weekly, bi-weekly, weekly. Well, you get episodes whenever they fucking come out, all right?
Yeah,
you know?
Don't be beggy and choosy.
Yeah, you don't
You'll
get a
get
schedule.
This podcast when you fix this damn door.
Oh, speaking of Black History Month, did you guys see about the whole like clothing site with the t-shirts and stuff like that? Did you hear about that?
No, I haven't heard about that.
Okay.
What's up with that?
It's actually really funny and also really fucked up.
Oh.
So there's a clothing site called T-Shirt Palace, and not only did they came out with Black History Month like shirts and hoodies, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But not only did they have white models for the Black History Month clothing, but some of the clothing was a little offensive because one of the shirts and hoodies says, "I'm black every month, but this month I'm blackity black black."
What?
What?
Blackity black black?
What?
Yeah.
Are you
Word
serious?
for word, that is exactly what it says.
They can't
What
sell
the
that.
fuck?
They
No.
can't sell that.
So they're receiving a lot of very needed hate.
I'd assume
I'm
so.
blackity black black. What the fuck?
Yeah. We're 4 days in. 4 days into the month.
You know,
Oh
a
my
white
God,
person thought
dude.
of that shirt design. You know, a white
Ain't
person.
no way there was a single black person behind the development of that.
No.
Not
They
a
didn't even
single
have
one.
black models.
Nope.
No.
These damn white people trying to profit off of that. How dare they?
Goddamn honkies.
James, I gotta beep.
What?
I gotta censor that now.
Oh, that wasn't it. There was another shirt. The other shirt says, "I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm blackity black, and I'm black, y'all."
What?
Yeah. Verbatim.
Oh my God.
You can't even make this shit up.
I'm
You
black,
can't
y'all.
make this
I'm
shit
black,
up.
y'all. I'm blackity black, y'all.
Like,
Oh my God.
I can't. I just can't.
No.
They're just either you try or you don't try at all.
I'm pretty sure they like took down like the photos or whatever, but
Obviously.
everyone obviously still got, screenshots and whatnot of them.
Of course. Dude,
And it's just like, man.
how did that pass? How were they like,
Who
yeah.
greenlit that?
Yeah, literally. Who? Hey, yo, this shit fire. Drop it. What? Dude, no way.
I just, man, when I saw that, I literally just straight face emoji. Like
Yeah.
What?
This can't be real.
So apparently, now I'm looking on trending because obviously trending. But
you and your Twitter.
You know me and my Twitter. Apparently, Brie Larson, aka Captain Marvel,
and some other select things,
has an NFT profile picture on Twitter.
What? Are you for real?
What?
Brie Larson's an NFTer? Let's go.
Okay, it's not the ape. It's not the monkey though. But
thank God.
I just want to point out that when you guys said Brie Larson, Captain Marvel was not the first thing to come to my mind. I thought Scott Pilgrim.
Oh yeah.
Was she in Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah, she's Envy.
Oh.
Man,
I completely forgot she was Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
Slipped my mind.
Celebrities, they like to endorse stupid shit. But not Kanye. Kanye said fuck NFTs.
Let's just say Scott dodged a bullet.
Flower Girls NFT.
I don't get the whole NFT. So
it's stupid. It's just like, I mean, a lot of people's like, oh my god, you can make so much money for just selling art, but like, it's cryptocurrency bullshit, and like, it's ruining the environment, and also it's a fucking scam.
Very much
it's not
so.
going in. It's not gonna go anywhere. But like, good thing Twitter gave us hexagon profile picture for people who like NFTs, so we know actually who to bully. Thanks, Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some of the Brie Larson tweets now, and everyone's like, "Dang, I can't. I can do everything to protect her, but this, even I can't touch."
No,
See, I look at the most latest tweets and stuff, and most of them are in Spanish for some reason. Oh, never mind. There we go. It's been it's been a close competition, but congratulations to Brie Larson for the ugliest NFT.
Congrats.
That's another thing about them. They're so ugly.
Yeah, none of them even look good. None of them are aesthetically pleasing whatsoever.
I would not pay for that art.
Here's this one. Let's be honest. Brie Larson deserves none of this shit. Brie Larson deserves none of the shit she got. It's still the lamest MC. Oh wait, no, this is not about her. This is about her and Captain Marvel.
I liked Captain Marvel.
I never
saw it. I thought it was all right.
That was a cool movie. Really filled in some blanks. Also explained where she was and where she came from in what was it? Infinity War? Endgame? No.
Yeah.
Infinity War.
War. No. She wasn't in Infinity War. Wait, yes she was. Was she? God,
wait,
why
no,
should...
It was Endgame. It was Endgame.
It was after Infinity War. She was teased in Infinity War.
Yeah.
And then we got our movie.
Because she talked to Thor in the beginning of Infinity War, and they didn't like each other. Or no, they did like each other, because he was like,
they didn't talk in the beginning of Infinity War. They talked in the beginning of Endgame.
There was the whole thing with the call from
the pager from Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
They all meshed together.
And that pager was also in Captain Marvel because she.
Right. And it was back in the olden days where pagers were like the.
Right, and he kept it because that's the only way he can communicate with her when she's off world, because she saves the galaxy, not just Earth.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel during the events of the Avengers and also Ultron. Bro, Nick Fury
She's busy,
had the
dude.
most powerful Avenger at his disposal. I guess, okay, granted, she has other liabilities and stuff, but like still.
Oh, so we all saw about GTA 6 getting finally announced officially.
Yes, we did.
Oh my god, you're right.
GTA 6 is in development.
GTA 5 has been out long enough for 2 or 3 generations to grow up on it.
Yeah.
I looked at my trending.
It's been a long time.
I looked at my trending. Instead of saying GTA 6, it just says GTA 7. Man, we waited so long to skip the game.
Like, I like GTA 5. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. But there's only so much you can do in one game. And there's only so many things you can just keep adding before it gets really stale or repetitive.
Let's be honest,
it reached that point a while ago.
It did.
They were milking the multiplayer.
So hard.
Very hard. And I dislike that Rockstar didn't care about their other games. Like, they did not put the same amount of effort or energy into Red Dead Redemption 2 at all.
No. It was still an amazing game, but like,
oh yeah,
right.
Didn't, in the sense of
they like once they do the story mode, they don't care anymore.
Yeah. The multiplayer in Red Dead is dog shit.
It's so bad.
Oh, don't get me started on the GTA.
Like almost nothing to do with your friends.
Remember when they remastered fucking GTA 3, San Andreas, and fucking
then
Vice City,
the big old pack or whatever.
And it was so bad.
It was just like
all they did.
No,
this is literally all they did. They took the old games and they just put it in an AI upscaler. That's all they did. That's literally all they did.
Mm-hmm.
And it caused for bugs, glitches and shit. The game just looks.
They ain't been developing anything for so long.
No, they've just been doing.
Literally, people don't play GTA 5 for GTA 5. They play it for the role playing, which is its own separate, like technically hacked client.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So, like, they're not even technically playing your game anymore.
Nope.
Right.
All the shit that you're like half-assed adding, they're not even doing, dude. they're all doing their own thing. Your player base is exclusively like modders anymore.
Exactly. Like if you go on Twitch, you'll see GTA is like one of the top, games or whatever, right? They're not playing regular GTA. I guarantee you they're role playing.
God no.
Just ridiculous. Like,
but we're getting GTA.
It's been so
6.
long. Yeah.
So
today they announced that they're going to start working on it. Which means they hadn't been working on it this whole time.
It's now undergoing development.
So now we were just waiting for it to start. Now we're actually waiting for it.
Yeah.
You know how I love to stroke like the ego of like Half-Life and shit, but the fact between GTA 5's beginning to where we are now, there was a new Half-Life game in between.
Yeah.
Just think about that. A game series that went on a long hiatus got a new installment in the series.
Like the same thing with Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like over a decade gap between 14 and 15.
I feel like Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar are going to become the new Yandere dev when we think about it. We're going to wait.
Oh my god.
And wait.
Can we talk about Yandere dev?
Oh, do we want to talk about Yandere?
have we already talked about Yandere dev enough in our lifetimes?
Let's just say, I just wish that he developed the game, accepted help from others, and just got the game done, and just kept outside forces from interacting with it.
And wasn't a dirty Coomer.
I feel like all this extra like drama between him and stuff like that, I feel like that has nothing to do with the game's development, and he should just focus on the development of the game.
Right.
Yeah. But he can't. He's too busy pulling in that Patreon money or whatever, Kickstarter, or however he's doing it.
I saw this video, and it was basically just a video explaining why Yandere Dev's not entirely a great person or a great developer. And he like said something that just instantly clicked into my mind. He said, Yandere Dev develops Yandere Simulator in the way that he likes to play it. And that just made so much sense to me. It made so much sense. If he gets bored of a feature, or if a feature that he likes using is broken, he'll fix that feature. If a feature other players use, but he doesn't, gets broken, it doesn't get fixed.
Nope.
Yeah, he only focuses on the things that he truly enjoys of the game, and that's all. He doesn't treat his game like a project of the masses. He treats it like he's making a game for himself. Basically.
And when you really think about it, it's supposed to be, this sort of like stealthy, eliminate your rival sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
And honestly,
why the whole like info chan thing with the getting information for it and stuff like that? why is the main way that gives you a lot of info points taking panty shots of the high school girls? Shouldn't, like, there's other ways to, like, get that. Like, why not just do, like, blackmail? Like, you catch them doing something, you take a picture or something like that. Like,
yeah,
I feel like that would be a bit more suitable than just straight up a picture of their panties. That's
Well, see, now, if you look at the bigger picture, that means Yandere Dev is not going to have a boner doing it.
Yeah.
Pretty
He has
much.
to be rock hard throughout the entire development process.
Like, it's ridiculous.
You can't have a cum callus when there's no cum in the callus, or chalice, or whatever. How do you pronounce it? Chalice?
Chalice. Can't have a cum chalice with no cum.
Like, and then I don't know if you guys saw all of that, like, drama from, like, a while ago. Like, this was a while ago, like maybe a year or two or something.
I haven't really kept up with
there was
Dev as a person.
There was another development team, and the main guy, his name is Dr. Alphys, or I think Alphys? Was it Alphys? Alphonse? Something with an
idea.
A. Apis. I think it was Dr. Apis.
Okay, anywho.
He and his small team literally made, like, their own version of Yandere Simulator, and not only was it better, more polished, and more, like, refined, the animations were, like, on point, the AI was, like, actually intelligent, the map was very well put together, and most importantly, it didn't kill your PC or have 2 frames per second.
Yeah.
And they made that within, like, a week. And I just thought to myself, wow, if they made that within a week, Yandere Dev's been working on this game since, like, 2014.
Oh my
Longer.
God. Oh my God.
That just goes to show. And I don't know the whole drama with the whole, like, tiny build thing, but I do remember that he was going to get, like, some sort of partnership with Tiny Build, and they were gonna, like, publish or help develop the game. But they needed to, like, port it to, like, a newer, updated engine, so they had to, like, rewrite the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happened to that? I'm not.
I don't know. I do remember him partnering with Tiny Build, but I don't remember anything ever coming out of it.
No, I was like, oh, finally, maybe it'll actually get done within, like, a year or two,
Nope.
No.
Never happened.
I don't know if he, like, canceled the deal or got out of that somehow or what, but it did not happen. that was huge. An actual, like, gaming development company wanted to sponsor and help you develop your game. And you did what? Reject them or something?
He didn't reject them because it was, like, gonna happen. I don't know what he did. I guess he probably, like, took it on and realized, oh, I want my money. I don't want to give it to this development team. And he fucking changed his mind or some shit. I don't know. Or maybe maybe Tiny Build just didn't want to either.
Like, the game and the characters in the story are it's such a good concept. Such a good, rock-solid concept that I would love to see done, and I would love to play and see others play and see how they play, through their different avenues and whatnot. But the developer is the only thing holding the game back. Especially because he does everything so deliberately and meticulous that he doesn't want help from others because it conflicts with how he writes the scripts or something like that. So, because he doesn't accept help from others, it's much slower. Because I guarantee you, there are tons of people that would love to work on this free of charge.
Probably, honestly.
Yeah.
There have been several volunteers that would work on this game free of charge.
He always doesn't he always
does not
beg
accept
for
help.
Volunteers. Because like he always used. I don't know if this is right or not, but I always used to remember like watching his videos and he'd be like, I have so many lovely volunteers or whatever, and he would always exclaim how much he needs volunteers, not people that want to be paid, specifically volunteers and shit like that.
Like, I don't know where this man's going with this. It's just a mess. It's just a mess.
It could, thank God we're talking about Yandere Dev, because I can think of one other person who's really weird that we could talk about. We could be talking about him for hours. Fucking
might
Chris
that be?
Chan.
Oh my
Chris Chan.
God, Chris Chan.
Yeah.
I still don't know anything about that person.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him either.
Yeah.
Listen, you want to know something interesting? There's a full-fledged documentary series still going on to this
I'm
day.
aware. I'm aware.
I highly like anyone who watches this. I highly recommend you watch it because it's interesting, bro. This is the most documented man in history. Chris Chan is the most technically woman now, technically in prison now.
Yeah.
But speaking of weird, freaky people, I have a story that recently happened at my school. So,
oh boy.
this is kind of a touchy subject, so I'm going to put a warning out here. There's a lot of, serious shit and stuff. But, okay, apparently there's this philosopher teacher that was in our school who apparently a leaked Zoom, meeting they did was him discussing why the age of consent means nothing. And he was very pro, very pro adult and child happiness, if and it didn't just stop there. It didn't just stop there. He also he talked a lot of heavy stuff about abortion, a lot of stuff about hell, what else? Torture, sexual torture and stuff like that. Man was a freak. Man is a fucking okay.
That sounds crazy.
He
fucking
is crazy, and he's this old white guy with glasses and shit.
Always are.
Always are. That's why when I get to my 20s, I'm just gonna kill myself because I'm not gonna be old. I don't want to be old. But anywho. So this guy, all this is going around. The school made an announcement about it, saying how his views don't affect or don't correspond with what our school believes in.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he's not fired.
What?
He's not fired yet.
How?
Well, here's the thing. They tried to fire him before, but you want to know something? He's an attorney also.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Pulled some sneaky attorney shit?
Probably.
Objection.
But there is a GoFundMe, thing going around where a bunch of students are, signing a petition to get this man fired. I signed it, rightfully so. This man should get fucking fired. I think the
whole
goal
campus
was,
should sign it.
Yeah.
I forgot what the goal was, but it was, a high thousands and stuff, but, bro... It's fucking disgusting. Real talk. The shit he said in the fucking Zoom call and stuff was fucking disgusting. It was all over the news and shit.
Jesus.
My mother especially was very fucking grossed out and sick. She wants to pull me out of the school because of it.
My God. You have this professor or no?
No, I don't, because I don't take
philosophy.
Thank God.
Thankfully.
Yeah, thankfully. Yeah, you probably look at me as I love the plump ones. But
oh, God. No.
But
he should be fired. Are you serious?
He definitely should be fired. The man is sick and twisted. He should be arrested, honestly. He's made a bunch of books about this shit too. He's published books.
Dude, come on.
Discord mod's about to go crazy with this one.
Yeah, for real.
He's Discord mod's.
This man's speaking truth.
I've read this book and it really. Kitten, look at this book. Look at this book. Anyhow, bottom line, this man's a disgusting piece of shit, and he should be fucking arrested and fucking fired and shit like that. It's gross, honestly. And the fact that some people had this guy as a teacher is just awful.
I feel bad for them.
Yeah, honestly. I'm just glad that he teaches in a college and not in a fucking place of elementary students and shit. Oh god.
Yeah,
that would be horrible. That would be so much worse.
Oh my god, I could
impressionable middle schoolers or something.
That would be
Thank
so,
God we're
so
college.
Much worse.
Derek, I have a question. So with the whole teacher story thing with him in the Zoom call, was it a Zoom call with students or just a Zoom call of him talking to someone? I think it was a podcast. It was a podcast? Yeah, he was talking with somebody about his views and shit. It was a philosophy Oh my god, thank god we have a chance, guys. We can be the best podcast ever.
Yeah, we get. Oh my god, it was a podcast?
What was the podcast? Who would openly talk about this shit on a I'm gonna fucking vomit. I'm gonna fucking vomit.
Dude,
this is disgusting.
Old Ass Man has a podcast? Or was he a guest on it or something?
Was he a guest on the podcast? Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Bro's gotta be a member of NAMBLA.
Don't rag on the podcast then.
What's up?
Unless it agreed.
You don't get a scoop. Wow. But like, anyways, back on topic. Fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
At first I thought it was like him in a Zoom like meeting, talking to students and stuff, and that's fucked up. Like he's teaching students like why the age of consent means nothing and shit. I think he said something about how even 1-year-old kids can also have consent.
What?
Yep. This guy's definitely a member of NAMBLA.
Yeah.
No way.
Oh my god. Fire him, dude. Are you serious?
For those of you listening, NAMBLA is the North American Man-Boy Love Association.
Oh,
and,
no.
Yeah, it's a pedophilia like organization that was like really like big like years ago, like 40 something years ago.
Big?
But, like,
big?
Yeah, like and I don't know if they're still together. I have no idea if it's like still a thing.
I hope not.
But I know that a lot of the people that were in that association got like arrested and like taken down and stuff like that because, well,
rightfully
pedophilia.
So.
I hope so.
Obviously.
Rightfully so, my guy. Oh my god. Dude, that's just fucking disgusting. That is truly fucking disgusting.
For sure, South Park actually had an entire episode about NAMBLA.
Oh, South Park.
Which
is go on and
very,
on.
very weird. Very weird episode.
I think I might watch that episode, honestly. I think, just a topic of consideration, just watch the episode, because, okay, like, off topic, but also on topic, technically, I love South Park. I've just been watching a lot of South Park recently, because I thought to myself, you know what? South Park? That'd be a really fun show to binge. So I did.
It's so fun.
It's so fucking good. We started watching South Park. We started with the movie, and then we just watched some of the episodes and stuff, and we kind of went on our own paths on watching South Park, and it's amazing.
I am currently on episode 6 of season 15.
My god, dude.
Wow.
You've made some hella progress.
I watch it like every night.
I'll be honest, I think I'm still in the second season. I kind of just watched the episodes in like my own order.
I haven't watched any. So, I mean, I've seen South Park before,
get him out of here.
I'm not rewatching it.
Most of the seasons are great. There was one that was kind of mid, I'm not going to lie.
I feel
and that happened to be the one that one of the creators didn't write.
Crazy how that works.
Yeah.
Well, at least now they know. I think I remember, oh my god, I think my first introduction to South Park was that episode where they talked about the old OG memes on YouTube, like the fucking Numa Numa guy, the sneezing panda, leave Britney alone, that
I
shit like that. Editor, if you can find a clip of that, put it up right now.
No.
Actually no, small.
No.
I'm not doing that.
We're gonna get copyright claimed by Comedy Central.
Yeah, sorry,
okay,
YouTube listeners. You're not
put a
getting
funny
that.
picture of Butters plushie. Put a funny picture of the Butters plushie.
I'll put up a picture of your nudes.
No.
That you sent me. Not cool, man.
The ones he sent to the group chat or the other ones?
Okay. Okay.
Both? I could probably. Well, I don't know. It'd have to be on quite a few frames. It's hard to fit all those pictures onto one frame.
Okay. All right.
Anyone wants the file, just follow my Twitter at theycallmenaz2. The number 2. And
spelled 2.
Just DM me.
Yeah.
Man, these guys are so fucking mean. All I did was send them a picture of Jabba the Hutt, and they think it's my nudes. Like, motherfucker, like.
It looks like, I don't know, it looks pretty close to your vagina.
Alright. right, next topic.
Talk about James's vagina.
Well, no, we're not.
Let's talk about how grody it is and fucking.
Oh, please.
How bad his yeast infection has gotten.
Speaking of vagina, remember the Gwyneth Paltrow candle?
This smells like.
Oh, I forgot all about that, and I wish I did.
Oh my god,
it's great.
I hear it smells horrible.
Does it really? I've never.
I have
smelled
not
it.
smelled it myself, but I hear that it does not smell great.
That's not good. How does she extract her scent?
I don't think
Does she like hire scientists to like go down there and sniff it out and try to replicate it?
Snip, dude. Oh, don't use that word for that.
If I'd have to be 100% like real with you, I'm pretty sure they use the yeast to make the candle wax.
That's foul. That's foul.
I know.
That's disgusting.
Bro, I just can't.
That is gross. I am so sorry. That is. Oh my
disgusting.
god! I cannot believe this.
I think we should tread to another. Let's talk about fun college stories. To tread away from the bad college stuff and also the Gwyneth Paltrow candle.
Yeah, me and Nas out here living the normal life, and then James here living the college life, partying, getting drunk every day.
Oh yeah, you know.
I had a brief college experience. It was quite fun.
Yeah,
I have not. Ever since I've been here at college, I have not drank. I have not smoked weed. Derek.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, who is this guy? What? Literally.
He takes a puff out of his e-cigarette.
Wow, what a nerd!
Get some weed, dude. It doesn't hurt you, probably.
I've just had a clean track record. I just don't want to.
Just eat an edible. I just got a gross taste in my mouth just thinking about it. I haven't eaten an edible since my last edible experience.
Oh man.
Oh, again, we need to get her on the podcast.
I've never actually had an entire edible. I've had like a piece of an edible, but never actually had a full edible.
Don't.
I'll be honest.
Besides like one or two gummies that didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Do it. It's the best way to do it. Honestly, if you're gonna do weed, do it in an edible. It's really great.
But
Go ahead, James.
Anywho, speaking of all this college stuff, I'm gonna talk about the story of what happened a couple of days ago with my roommate and my dorm mate, my suite mate. You don't mind me sharing the story, do you? Probably not. No one's gonna care. No one's gonna care. Anywho.
About my boyfriend?
Oh yeah. So they did
roommate
shrooms.
Derek?
They did shrooms.
Let's go.
What they did was they got this big fucking chocolate bar that was laced with like the oils of like, shrooms and shit. And the walls were melting apparently. I looked freaky apparently.
I love it.
He was
waiting for you to get to the drug part.
Yeah. When did they kick in?
Anyway, they took shrooms and stuff, and my sweet mate Ben had his girlfriend watch the two of them to make sure they didn't do anything stupid that would hurt themselves. They just listened to lo-fi while there was rainbow lights changing on and off in the rooms, like the LEDs and shit. They were just they were just laying there, like they were like.
Why would you turn the rainbow lights on? That's gonna.
I don't know why
die.
they did that. Actually, that's a good question. Why did you turn the rainbow lights on?
Yeah.
It was trippy, apparently. It was trippy.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Me being the supportive roommate and helpful one, I tried to scare him and see how it would work. I showed him the VHS videos that I made, and also I took the Godzilla figurine, and I used that and see if that scared them.
Did it work?
The videos kind of made them freak out a little bit. Like, it looked freaky to them, right? My phone melted, apparently. But, yeah. They were just infatuated. Like,
that's amazing.
They were just...
Wow.
Honest to God, I mean, I would love to see how that experience would have been, but honestly, I'm too much of a pussy. And I just didn't know how my body would react to it, because, a lot of people, when they take drugs, you don't know what happened to them,
Yeah.
It's funny, because most of the time that people have bad trips, it's because they're too stressed out about having a bad trip.
Yeah.
That is fair.
It triggers it.
If you just let yourself relax, you'll be fine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'll think about it.
The first and only time that I ever smoked weed, I was in 11th grade. So this was a few years ago. And I got to hang out with my friend Isis, who I love her dearly. She's like a sister to me. We got to hang out, and I went to her house. Mm-hmm. And said hi to her mom or whatever, lovely lady. And we went upstairs, and she just bust out this homemade bong out of like a Gatorade bottle and like some aluminum foil.
Whoa.
It's got like a hole in the side and everything.
They bust out the homemade bong.
She's like, "All right, let me get you your water, and then we'll get started." So she gets this giant, this big mug. It's a very large and wide mug. And she fills it up with water, and then she passes it to me. She begins rolling up the weed or whatever. We didn't hit the bong immediately. She begins rolling up the weed or whatever, and she turns on some Corey Kenshin to just like play on like in the background on the TV.
Class. And
then she shows me how to smoke it, and then she passes it to me. I mess up my first time. She's like, no, like this. She does it again. And I'm like, okay, I think I get it. She's like, yeah, just inhale it. Right? Like, bring it into your lungs, then let out the smoke in your mouth. And I'm like, okay, I got you. I do that, right? I took the fattest toke.
Bro.
Like, I did not mean to breathe in that much, but man. And then, like, it, like, burnt a little coming out. And then I was like, I'm good. I don't need the water. I'm not a bitch. I don't need the water.
That's the worst.
And honestly, I was fine. And then I'd say we got down to like the end of the joint. And then it just all hit me at once. I just started coughing, and she's like, drink the water. I knew you didn't need it.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn,
dude, every time there's a new smoker, I did it. Everybody does it. They're like, I don't want to seem like a bitch in front of the smokers. I can't. They can't use the water. I can't cough. So you hold it all in, and it kills you.
It kills you.
You know what?
But
coughing is good. Coughing makes it a better high. But like, yeah, it's because it's embarrassing. You take a big ass hit, and you're like,
a nice thing
trying to hold it
about
in.
my suite mates and my dorm mates, like when they're smoking weed and stuff, they would always offer me it, of course. But, like, they always respect my decisions if I say no and stuff. Of course, they call me a pussy behind my back, but,
We call you pussy to your face.
Apparently, Derek has been secretly feeding me drugs. That's a new revelation. So.
Oh, good job.
How so?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, explain to me how you've been feeding me drugs in my sleep.
In his sleep?
Oh, the gummies?
Oh, the gummies!
The fucking edible gummies.
Yeah. James is always high. Little do we know.
So, we finished.
Maybe that's why I've been always eating much, you asshole. I've been constantly getting the munchies.
He's got constant munchies.
Yeah.
All right. No, so to finish the story, we finished the joint or whatever, and it burns out, and everything is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yep.
Every little thing.
Yep.
We're like making faces at each other. We're just saying random words. And the thing about me and Isis is that while in high school, we had this thing where every day, if we heard like a funny phrase or a funny word or someone like stumbled their words or something, we'd write it down in our notes and then we'd compare it at the end of the day, and that would be like the word or phrase of the day, right? Mm-hmm. So we did that. We opened up our notes and we just went through all the like old like words and phrases of the day that we went through. By themselves, they're probably not that funny, but high, that was the most hilarious thing I've ever heard.
Yes.
Top tier comedy. No comedian could do better. I swear to you. And we like looked over at Corey Kenshin. I don't even know what video it was. I don't know what was happening at all, but I was just dying of laughter. And I don't even watch Corey Kenshin that much. So I was like, dang, this guy's great. This guy's amazing. He's hilarious.
This guy's so funny.
I love this guy. And then she was like, all right, you ready for the bong? And she lights it or whatever, and she shows me where to like put my fingers or whatever. Because mind you, this is a Gatorade bottle with like holes.
Yeah,
in
you
it
gotta
and
hold
stuff.
your finger over the thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I had to hold my finger over it or whatever, and I take a nice like long like breath in, right? Not like crazy long, because now I'm like a little bit more experienced with it, and I was like, this is way stronger than the joint. It was such a different experience. I was like, whoa, hold on, this is like next level. This is like a weapon upgrade.
It's
like,
great, dude.
It was something else. And then she was like, are you hungry? And I was like, yeah. So we ordered pizza.
Nice.
We ordered, I think, like 2 or 3 pizzas.
Let's go.
Right?
That is an amazing night.
And it got there, we got downstairs, and we're both trying to act like we're not high to her mom, right? Her mom also smokes weed, so she doesn't really care.
It's so
But
difficult.
we're both acting like we're not high to her mom, who's sitting downstairs on the couch. And we're just like sitting there giggling and laughing, and she's just looking at us like, okay, yeah, they're high. we get our pizza or whatever. We put it on the stove, and we sit downstairs at the dining table. And I ate like 4 or 5 slices at that moment, right? I usually eat about 2 and then I'm full, right? Maybe 3. I ate about like 5. And then we went upstairs for a little bit, and then I was like, I'm hungry again. So I went back downstairs. I ate an entire pizza. One of the pizza boxes I ate by myself, completely by myself.
God.
I ate the entire pizza.
Dude.
And then I was fine for a while. And then it was getting kind of late or whatever, right? So I called my mom to like take me home or whatever, right? I can't let my mom know that I just came over here and smoked weed.
Yeah.
Even though my mom totally has like done it before, she'd be pretty upset if she found out.
Yeah.
And so I call her up or whatever, and then I tell Isis, I'm like, hey, what am I gonna do about like the smell and stuff like that? And I was like, are my eyes red? Are my eyes red? She's like, no, your eyes are fine. You just smell like a little like weed or whatever. And I was like, okay. And she was like, I got just the thing. Her and her boyfriend do this all the time. So she's got an entire bottle of his cologne just sitting on the dresser, and she's like, I got you. So she sprays the cologne on me, and mind you, this is amazing cologne. I don't know where he gets this stuff. I forget the brand, but that was amazing. It smelled so good. But she sprays it on me or whatever, front and back, and then I like make sure that I'm not like laughing too much and stuff like that. I go in the mirror, I check if my eyes are red and stuff like that. I'm good to go. And I'm like, when I get in the car, I'm just gonna say as little as possible and be on my phone. It's that way if I laugh or something, it'll be like I'm looking at my phone or something like that. So
yeah.
I go downstairs, I get in the car or whatever, I say goodbye, and my mom just asked me like what we did and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, we just like watched YouTube and talked and stuff like that, whatever. She's like, okay, cool. And then she tells me that my family ordered pizza while I was gone. I think you see where this is going.
Did you eat another whole ass box?
We get home.
Way.
And they did indeed order pizzas. They ordered 2 pizzas, and they had already ate like one of them. I ate the other pizza. I ate the whole other pizza
Oh my god.
The same night, only like an hour or two apart, so it didn't really even like digest for real.
2 entire pizzas.
I ate that whole other pizza. I ate 2 entire pizzas that day. And I I felt like slightly hungry, but full enough to like back away.
Did you even throw up or anything?
No. I went in my room.
It all went down.
I laid back on my bed, and then I like took a picture of myself, and then I like went on Instagram for a little while, texted Isis a little bit, and then I hopped on Overwatch with a couple of buddies. And then after that, we got off, and that was my night. And it was one of the best nights I ever had out with a friend. So good.
So what you're saying is I should smoke weed.
Yes.
Like, dude. I don't think I've ever laughed as hard as I laughed that night.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
While on the topic of, weed and stuff, let me retell a tale of the great weed hunt. So, on our someone in our school set up care packages like around the campus and within the campus and stuff of like different assortments of like like a care package of like weed and like edibles and shit like that, right?
Right.
My friend Ben, who has like a nose for this shit, found at least how many bags did he find? How many
for it? Like a bloodhound for weed?
How many bags did he find from this?
Just running around the school.
How many were there total?
The weed hound.
So there was 5 bags in total. My friend Ben found 2 of the 5 bags. He found not only from the 2 of the 5 bags, but those 2 bags was worth about like $200 worth of like weed and edibles.
Nice.
Oh my god,
that's awesome.
And I went out with him to try and find the 3rd and final bag, but someone got to it before us, sadly.
Oh, tough.
But you should have seen some of like the fake little brand names they gave some of these edible candies and shit. Like there was like fucking sweet tarts, but it was like I don't know. It was like some
sweet
weird
farts.
Like I don't know, probably
weed tarts.
There was one that had just like
tarts.
a straight up cartoon ass on it.
I love it.
But yeah, that was the great weed hunt.
The great
and
weed hunt.
And like Ben would come back, he would tell me, it's like, "Look, I found some weed, and then he would go out and find more, and he came back, it's like, "Yo, where's Derek? I found another one.
My god.
And he had it all sprawled out in his bed.
Little Easter egg hunt, like little
Right.
10-year-olds.
What a night!
That sounds amazing.
I knock on his door and I get in. I'm just, it's like a fucking like sitcom or like Seinfeld where like the uninvited guest comes into the door. It's like, hey, like whenever I go to his room, it's like, hey Jerry, who knows Ben? But, like,
Ben.
But, like, hey Ben. But like, he just found so much fucking weed.
They should do that again, but for like Easter, and put it in like little Easter eggs.
They should put weed.
That would
in
be
Easter eggs
amazing.
for Easter. That would be fun. But another thing relating to the whole weed thing, Ben almost got in trouble for the weed. There is, people who watch the building overnight, like RAs and stuff, which are they technically students? Or are they just like, what are they? What are RAs?
My RAs were students.
They're what? Yeah, they're just students who get paid to like just watch the building and shit like that. Like, to make sure no one's dying and stuff. Of course, I gotta follow rules and regulations. So we get a knock on our door one of these days, and we all had to walk out. And it's like, listen, we've been getting some complaints that there's a very pungent smell of weed in this area and stuff. And it's just like, we'll let you off with a warning. But, yeah, was it a complaint or was it just like they smelled it?
How dare they?
I don't think it was clarified.
I wouldn't complain about that.
Yeah, someone went to them to speak about it. So someone narked, but Anyways, they came. And the funny thing, too, was, like, I hate to sound sexist, which I'm not, but it was the women RA that came. It was only the women RA that came up to discuss the issue. None of the guy RAs came up.
I remember my RA.
It's always women.
My RA was cool. His name was Ethan, and he actually lived in the dorm like across from me, and he was pretty cool because like we would talk about like Persona and stuff like that. But I didn't meet him until like my last day there, pretty much. But he was really cool. Real quick, viewers, I want you to just listen to the sound of me pouring water into my metal cup. Just listen closely. Okay.
No, we're just too far away on the other side of the table, James. Shut up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah. Shit!
Everyone at home heard the water.
Oh, yeah.
How's that waveform look?
It's looking... Yeah, they heard it. Right,
waveform looking like a wave.
Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated.
Oh, always stay hydrated. On the topic of weed, dude, this podcast is nearing an hour now. I don't know, after editing, maybe it'll be like 45 minutes at where we're at right now, but
yeah,
I could probably drag this podcast to 2 hours with the weed stories that I have, so I'm only going to tell one this time, and it's going to be my favorite one. And it was about 3 years ago. It was my sophomore year in high school, and it was over the summer. I believe it was the summer after my sophomore year, so going into my junior year, possibly. I think that was it. But me and this guy that I was friends with for like maybe 2 years at that point, his name is also Nathan. We used to like go down to a creek on the other side of town that was behind a Tops, and we would go down there and we would chill out sometimes. And I believe it was a weekday. I was gonna say one weekend, but we always did this shit on like Tuesdays, oddly enough. But like we went down there and we got this whole group of people, like 5 dudes, 4 girls, something like that, not counting me and Nathan. And they brought weed, and we got destroyed at a creek behind a Tops, and we ended up going into the Tops and Wall High, and we got a big gallon of Hawaiian Punch, or what, I don't know if they're gallons, those big things of Hawaiian Punch.
I think they're gallons.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gallons. But we got one of those. We got some marshmallows, and we got some crackers and some chocolate. And we went in there. We checked out. It was just me, Nathan, and then one of the girls that went to the Tops. And then us three came back, and then we built like a makeshift fire pit out of brush from the nearby like forest and like rocks from around the creek. And we built this fire pit, and we got a bunch of like sticks, leaves, wood, and we had a lighter because weed, and we started a fire. We started a little campfire, and we roasted marshmallows and shit.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and we were all just high as shit, and we did that. And the Hawaiian Punch, we were gonna build a gravity bong out of the Hawaiian Punch bottle, and I was like, Nathan was buying it, and he was like, "Man, we're gonna waste all this. I don't want to do it." And I was like, "No, man, I'll drink the whole thing. Don't worry." And
no,
so we get down to we get down to the creek, and I open it up, and I start going at it, and I get about like halfway through, and I'm like, I can't do this, and we pour it into the creek.
No,
I don't know why we poured it into the creek. We should have like poured it into the woods. Poor Mother Nature. I didn't put it in there.
The water seems a bit sugary today.
Yeah.
You gave a fish diabetes.
Oh no. One of the other dudes did it though.
Oh no!
So it's
wonder
okay.
Nemo
I'm not
has
to
a
blame.
small hand. He's a diabetic. They cut it off.
Oh, Nemo was in the ocean, bro. That was a creek.
Oh my god.
There wasn't nothing living in that shit except like
not anymore.
Frogs and
not anymore.
Yeah. Shut up, man. It wasn't my fault. I drank half of it, so think of it that way. A whole thing of Hawaiian Punch could have been in that creek if I didn't drink half of it. So there you go. But
you were in a real chat and drank the whole thing.
So
and the thing about Hawaiian Punch is like it really sits in your stomach for a while.
It does, and it's like it's strong. Like that shit sits on your teeth and stuff. It's not good.
Oh, I could just already feel the sensation in my teeth. Like it feels all like sandpapery and shit. Like,
yeah.
Hawaiian Punch is good, but just too much of a good thing is a bad thing. And I think those fish in the creek had too much. And there's way too much of it.
They're all dead.
Belly up.
This will be called the weed.
We just like pour it in there, just a bunch of fish.
This is the weed episode, and I can already think of a possible thumbnail idea.
Oh yeah.
But damn, that's crazy. Half a jug of Hawaiian Punch you drank.
That's the smallest part of the story, man. You gotta wait.
Oh.
There's more. Okay. So, like I was saying, after we dumped out the Hawaiian Punch into the creek, we went by the fire, and we built the gravity bong, and we smoked out of it. And oh my god, that was a hell of an experience. I was like destroyed. I could not tell time. I was just I really don't like marshmallows. I don't like marshmallows by themselves. Marshmallow flavored things, sure, but like marshmallows by themselves, I don't like them. That whole bag of marshmallows, that we got for s'mores, only one of the girls had 2 marshmallows out of it. The rest was just a whole bag. I ate the whole thing. I ate just straight up, not s'mores. I just ate the marshmallows. I ate the whole thing.
That one girl. Hey, where's the marshmallows, Nate?
Gone. I ate them all.
Reduced to atoms.
Literally, I ate all of them. And they were delicious. They were the most divine treat ever. And I tried marshmallows today. Sober. Nope. Terrible. I still don't like them. But wild stuff. But I was like standing there eating the marshmallows. And then one of the dudes there, I'm going to call him out. His name was Aiden. You a-hole. Aiden. You decided it would be funny to pick up a rock and throw it at my head and hit me directly on the head with a rock.
Throw what?
Where's the funny?
He thought I would dodge or catch it because he threw it lightly. He like tossed it, and I was far away from him. I had plenty of time to react, but I was just so destroyed that I didn't even see it coming, and it hit me right smack on the top of the head, and I was like, it felt like I got hit by a truck. Like literally, I like fell over like onto my side, onto the ground, and I was like, oh man, my whole world just got rocked. It was awful. And it wasn't even that big of a rock. It wasn't even that hard of a hit either. It's just I was just holding still, eating marshmallows mindlessly, and I just got hit by a rock out of nowhere.
He got hit by a river stone, and he fucking
literally
collapsed.
I just collapsed, and he was like, "Oh my god, I thought you would dodge or something," and I was like, "Bro, you're an asshole. Why would you do that?"
He just throws a rock at their friends.
I don't know. I wasn't really friends with him. He was just one of the guys there, but like,
I wouldn't be friends with him.
Arguably worse.
Yeah, still, it's throwing a rock at like a half stranger. Just an acquaintance. I'm gonna toss a rock at this guy.
me throwing a rock at my best friend because it's a joke to the group chat. Don't worry, it's a reference to a group chat.
Of course, it's a reference. It's an inside joke. You wouldn't get it. But that whole thing happened, and then like the night went on, and then like it started to get dark, so we were going back. I lived 2 hours away from this creek, and I couldn't drive or anything at the time, so I would walk. And it was a 2-hour walk home. And like halfway home was Nathan's house, so it'd be like an hour walk with him and then an hour by myself. And so we were walking with like I'm gonna expose myself real hard right now, so I hope none of those 3 girls are listening to this podcast. But like me and Nathan were walking like behind them, and those 3 were in front of us, and we were like walking 3 of the girls home, and I had my eyes just like they were like Nathan was laughing at me because of it, because it was so blatantly obvious, but I just had my eyes trained on one of these girls' ass just like the whole time.
No.
So obvious too. I wasn't like, you know how you look at a girl's ass and like taking glances. I was just trained, just target locked, I was not looking away.
Look at me. Man really said.
Yeah. Literally. I was staring, and that was for 45 minutes straight. Like, they were talking to me, I wasn't responding. I was just walking right behind. We were all just walking together, and I was just like lost in the sauce, dude.
One turns around, the one
I was that high.
Like, looking, turns around, they're like, "Hey, what are you guys talking about?"
But
unbelievable.
I know I felt awful about it afterwards because like Nathan was talking to me too, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, you were like trained on that shit. You were not looking away." And I was like, "Oh no," because like Nathan would like look over at me and talk to me or something. We weren't really talking to them that much, but like he would look over at me and talk to me, and I just like wouldn't respond. I would just be like looking.
You fucking violated her with your eyes, bro. I don't know how to feel about that.
I don't know about violated. I mean, shit.
You were just staring intently, just like
very. But we get to the point where we like split off, and they split off. Me and Nathan go a different way, and then Nathan splits off from me, and then I'm walking by myself, right? And about not even halfway. There's like really early on after we split off. There are all these houses. This is like a really rundown city street. All the houses look like garbage, and then I like look up from my phone, and because I was just looking at my phone on my way home, and I look up to the right, and there's just this really bright, like vibrant house. Like it's got beautiful grass. The house is like really shining. It's like, I don't know, it's weird to explain, but and then this guy comes out of it and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I was just like walking on the road. There was no sidewalk where this street was because it was a shitty street, but like I was just walking on the road and I had my phone in my hands, and he was like, "Hey, put your phone away." And he starts like jogging towards me. Like he wasn't really sprinting towards me, but he was like, you know, coming at me at a terrifying speed. So I like quickly put my phone away and I put my hands on him. I'm like, "I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry." And I just keep going, and I have no idea whether that really happened or not, because he stopped and he went back at his house. But this house was like trippy and vibrant and bright, and this guy, he didn't really seem real. I don't know, it was a whole thing.
Hallucinating.
Wait,
I know,
what?
it was
do you know
terrifying.
Do you remember what color the house was?
That wasn't
It
even
was
the
yellow.
weed.
It was yellow. That house was yellow.
Is it somewhere near where because we live near each other?
No, it's not near you. Because this is on the whole other side of town.
Oh.
Yeah, but I walked past it, and that whole thing happened, and then I went home. It was like a 45-minute walk after that. I don't even remember any of it. I just remember getting home and like falling face first onto my bed.
Oh my god, okay.
Real fast traveled. I just fell face first onto my bed and just died. Like I was asleep.
Oh my god, Nate. You want to hear the scariest shit that could
Shoes on and all. Like I
want to hear
that wasn't even the weed. That was the Hawaiian punch making you hallucinate.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
You want to know what would have been the most scary fucking thing that would happen? You would get home. You lay on your bed. Like when you're falling down to lay on your bed.
I end up falling on the street.
No,
you don't. Home.
No, you don't hit your bed. You fell on the floor. You feel carpet, but it's not your carpet. You look up. You hear the humming of fluorescent light bulbs. You're in the back room.
I'm in the back rooms.
Clipped out of reality.
Oh,
and you're high.
I didn't know about the back rooms back then. So if I did know about the back rooms, I could have probably hallucinated that. That totally could have happened. But
if you didn't know what
didn't
you would have
happen.
been
That would
horrified.
be terrifying.
If that happened and I didn't know what the back rooms was, that would be even more terrifying.
You get high and you're in the back rooms? No.
Yeah, oh my god. Hell no, dude. That
Not
is
happening.
even
I'm
worse
sorry,
than the back rooms
no.
alone.
Oh.
Jesus.
Have you seen that one video of the back rooms?
I've seen most of them.
Like the most recent one that's being really popular recently.
Probably. I've seen quite a few recently.
It was like a VHS sort of like thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that whole shebang happened, and that was like
Creek weed story.
Yeah, that was like the most eventful day of that summer. A lot more happened, but that's just like summed up.
That is. I'm still stuck on the fact that this guy just randomly decided, "Hey, I'm gonna throw a rock at this guy."
Literally, I don't know why he did it. I don't know
I'm gonna pick up this rock. This looks like a good throwing rock. I'm gonna throw this.
Yeah.
Literally, he just threw it at my head and it hit me square on the head. I don't know why he did that. Blows my mind.
So, all right, hold on. I do have another story if we were gonna do one more.
Yeah, we can do one more. I'll have to cut quite a bit out. It'll probably be like an hour long at this point, so we can go a little longer. Yeah, go for it.
All right. So, this isn't weed. This is alcohol. I have a story about alcohol.
Whoa.
So,
alcohol.
This was 2020. I just graduated earlier that year. My high school year was cut short because of COVID. So I got out at March, graduated May, like got my diploma in like a parking lot and stuff like that. That was a whole ordeal.
The ghetto shit.
But I'm going to university, right? And what I'm there for is not important. None of that stuff's important. What's important is I was there with a friend that I went to high school with. My friend Zahaya. Mm-hmm. Now, Zahaya, she smokes weed like on a like nice moderate basis. You know, it's not like she's always high or anything like that. But she like smokes weed and, you know, vapes, etc., etc. And I love hanging out with her because we're like the two most funniest people together, and we'll just be like talking about people that we see, like, and just like people watching. And sometimes we'd go to like the highest floor of like the building and sit in like the common area and just look out at people below.
Yeah.
And it's the best. So we were in her room. We were in her dorm. And I was looking for like a job in the area or whatever, right? So I was revising my my resume. And one of her roommates in the other room said we could use her printer because she, despite being like a roommate there and having some of her stuff there, she did not stay there very often because she actually lived like kind of nearby to the school. So she would just go home and like be with her parents or whatever. So she let us use her printer or whatever, right? I went in there. I set it up perfectly. I'm like, okay, this is the printer name. This is my laptop. They're connected right now. This should print out here. I clicked print maybe like 8-9 times. And I'm like, this is not working. This is the printer. I'm looking at the name. And it just didn't work. And we're like, all right, well, we'll just reconvene after we like go get something to eat, right? So we head down to the cafeteria, and we call it the caf for short. We go in there and we get our usual, which is like pizza, but we have to make sure it's made by the right like cook. If it's made by anyone but this one cook, I forgot his name. He had a like, it wasn't like a conventional name. It was like something like Debo or Momo. Like, it was like a sort of like nickname-ish sort of name. But if it was made by him, it's God pizza. If it's made by anyone else, it's garbage. You don't want it. So I'm pretty sure we ended up getting our pizza or whatever. And we actually ate outside, which we didn't do too often because it gets really hot outside. And it was like during the summer, you know. Well, it was the summer going into the fall. It was like October-ish, sort of, like early October.
Yeah.
And so we eat up or whatever, right? And then I get a text message on my phone. And it's from like some like girl or whatever, and she's like, "Hey, I got your number cuz your resume printed out of my printer or whatever, right?" And I'm like embarrassed now. I'm like, "Oh my god, no way. This literally happened. No way."
Oh my god.
And she's like, "Hey, I can come by and like drop it off or whatever. Are you at this hall or whatever?" And it was the name of the freshman building, right?
Love story.
And so we're like, yeah, we'll come by and like meet you and stuff like that. So we head back and we just wait around in the lobby area. And the lobby area is really cool because it's there's like comfortable seats and stuff like that, and there's also arcade machines. And one of the arcade machines that I played pretty often was the Galaga machine because I love Galaga.
Hell yeah.
So that's what I was doing while I was waiting. And she pulls up outside in the car with one of her friends, and her friend is driving. And they hand me the papers and stuff like that. And I felt horrible about like wasting her paper and stuff like that. So I brought her extra copy paper. It was like, here, I feel so bad. And it was actually really cool because they invited us. And these two are sophomores, by the way. And the sophomore buildings are not even like, they're like close enough to walk, but not close enough that my laptop should have picked it up. But yeah, they I don't know how it picked up the printer from the sophomore building, but it did. And so these sophomores or whatever, they invite us to a party that they're having later today. And we're like, sure, cool. We might hang out or whatever. I already have your number, et cetera, et cetera. And they're like, okay, we'll text you the details and stuff like that. And then they drive off. I forgot to mention, but of course we exchanged names, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So my friend and I look at each other and we're like, no way did we just get invited to a college party. No way did this just happen.
Let's go.
This is amazing. Our first college party. This is gonna be great. And we got like personally invited. We didn't like show up or crash or anything. We got invited. This is amazing. So rest of the day goes by. We're just hanging out, doing whatever, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like around 8-ish p.m., which is like around the time the party was supposed to like start and stuff like that. And we like I talked to my friend Zahaya, and she's like, do you want to go? I'm like, I don't have anything planned today or tomorrow. So, I mean, do you have anything planned? Do you have like class or something? And she's like, nah, I'm good too.
Shit.
So then we just locked eyes and we're like, yep, we're going. So we walk over. It took us a little while to like find it, because the way the sophomore dorms are set up, they're more like apartments. So we had to like find the letter building and then like the actual like unit and stuff like that. And then we get there, right? And neither one of us want to knock. So we're outside of their door for like 2 minutes straight. Like, no, you knock. No, you knock. I'm not knocking.
Oh my God.
Neither one of us want to knock. And then it's just like, she invited you and you got her number, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, fine. I'll knock. So I knock, right? And I don't know my own strength. So I accidentally knocked like extra hard. Like I knocked a little too hard. And you just hear the music on the inside just cut. And I'm like, oh, man.
Oh,
and then they come to the door and they like very slowly open it. And they're like, oh, okay, it's just you guys. Come in. It was like, we thought you guys were like the RA or someone complaining or something like that. And we're like, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to knock so hard. And I'm just thinking to myself, dang, I've messed up like twice today.
Yeah.
And we go in and then we meet everyone. And they show us that like they have like dip and they have like drinks and stuff like that set up or whatever, and we're like, okay, cool, this seems fun. So, and at first I just sit down and I talk to everyone, right? I don't drink or anything like that yet. And I had only drunken alcohol once before, and that's a story for another time. Maybe next time. But so I've only ever gotten drunk once before, but me being the naive person I am, I'm like, I can handle myself. I can handle my drinks.
I mean, come on.
So, me and Zahaya are like, all right, you know what? Let's drink, right? Zahaya has drunken before. She thinks that I might be a lightweight. I'm here to prove her wrong.
Uh-oh.
So, we go in the kitchen or whatever, and there's this bottle of Ciroc. I can't remember what flavor. I think it was watermelon. I think it was a watermelon flavored Ciroc. And we get our shot glasses and stuff like that. She pours our shots, and then I just throw it back. I just down it immediately.
Oh my Lord.
And I hard swallow. It burns, and I'm like, see, easy, whatever. And Zahaya's looking at me stunned. She's like, what? No way you just did that.
Yeah.
You were surprising me today. And I can't tell you how many shots I had because I wasn't counting. I know I didn't have too many. I know that I was like trying to like moderate myself. But I did have quite a few. And then after like a certain amount, I was like, I'm just gonna stick with water. And my God, like at first, because it takes a while for it to set in, right? So at first I was completely fine. But when it kicked in, I was like on another planet. Like they let me like play some of my music and stuff like that, right?
Jeez.
And they recognized my music, which was even better.
Yeah.
So, because now we're all like really enjoying it, and we're playing like Shotgun Willie and stuff like that, and just singing along and like dancing in the middle of the floor. Like it was the best. I loved it. And it was like not even like a really huge party. It was like, I don't know, like 10 of us or so. And I can't remember. I think one of the girls, she like called over like a Tinder date or whatever, and she like went in her room. We're like, oh, well, we know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I just remember like when he came in and she like introduced us to him. His name, I remember his name. His name was Armando, right?
Armando.
And I liked the sound of his name, right? So I kept saying it. I was like, "Hello, Armando. Hey, Armando."
Oh no. Oh man.
And I'm like, I'm drunk. Like, come on, man. And someone took one of their bras and like put it on a pillow and named it George. So I hung out with George for a while. George was cool. I was literally talking to a pillow with fucking breast.
Let's go.
And then they had emotional support animals, right? They had two. One of them stayed in the room, but the other one was like a little I think he was a beagle, and his name was Toby. And I loved him with all of my heart. I loved him so much. He was so adorable. But like he came out and I chilled with him for like a while, and I would like pet him and stuff like that, and he was just chilling on my lap. And then once he like went back in the room or whatever, I think I got up to like start dancing again, and I had to pee like 3 or 4 times that night, right? I swear to you, when I tell you I like pulled together every last brain cell in my brain, every working brain cell that was still sober, I pulled together every brain cell. And I made sure that I did not miss. And every single time, I looked in the mirror and I would high five myself. Every time. I'd be like, I didn't miss. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Easy clap. Didn't miss. Let's go.
Let's go.
Still accurate. And I just felt like everything was like woozy, you know? You know how you have like normal control over yourself? Yeah. It was like that, but like delayed.
Yeah.
I felt like I was not like necessarily lagging, just delayed, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like there was always like a 3-second delay behind my brain input and my body movements, and honestly, it was nice. I felt very fluid. It was a very nice feeling.
You feel woozy, and like that's the best word to describe it. Like that's
right.
Woozy. That's,
I can't think
when
of
you're
any
drunk. That's
descriptor.
Like it feels woozy, man.
It feels woozy.
That's what it feels like.
And then I remember sitting on the couch with this girl. I think her name was like Maddie, and she was having like relationship problems, and me, I can't remember a thing she was talking about, but I just remember that I was being like super like supportive and stuff like that, and I just felt supportive of like literally everyone there, and I was like, nah, you're beautiful, you're fine, you're great, blah 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 blah. I love you. Everything was just, God. I loved everything. I loved everything about the moment. It was wonderful.
Oh my God.
Best thing ever. And come on, there's something else that happened. Oh, there's our new friend Savannah that I talked to, and I felt like we were like siblings, bro, because every time she would mention something, I would know exactly what she's talking about, and vice versa, and we just like keep building off each other. And it was like, God. Oh, it was so perfect. We were just like in sync that night. And then the night like starts coming down to an end or whatever, and Zahaya's like, all right, it's getting late, we should probably go home. It's like 1 a.m. or something like that. And I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go. We say our goodbyes and stuff like that. And I remember just walking back to like our dorm hall and just wobbling left and right, not walking straight, right?
Yeah.
But and then I remember stopping before we got inside of the hall, because there's always someone at the desk, right? So I remember stopping before we got inside the hall, right? I grabbed my my key card to like get inside, and then I was like, okay, breathe in, breathe out, and I was like, okay, I can walk straight long enough to get to the elevator. And then I walked in, and then I like walked like a nerd. I walked so goofy like a nerd, walking straight into the building. And I got to the elevator, and I was thinking to myself, oh yeah, I totally got past that. They don't suspect a thing.
No.
And my friend Zahai is looking at me like face palming herself, like, hey, man, you're such an idiot. And then she walks me to my dorm because she didn't drink that much. So she walks me to my dorm or whatever, and then I go inside. My roommate's like sleeping or whatever, and then I just like lay on my bed, fully clothed still. I like kicked off my shoes, laid on my bed, and then just like went to sleep. And then she was like, "All right, I'll see you tomorrow when we get like lunch and stuff like that." I'm like, "Okay." And I was like, "Oh, you're a good friend. You're a good friend. You're a good friend." And then she left, and I went to sleep. Yeah. I woke up vomiting 6 a.m.
Oh my god!
Like it was like 5 a.m. leading to 6 a.m. Right?
Jeez.
So like 5:30ish. I woke up vomiting. I was like coughing and like gagging and like throwing up like down like the backside of my bed, like between the bed and the wall, right?
Dude. And
all I remember in that moment was the feeling and the fact that like my roommate was like, "Bro, you good?" And
no,
I was just like, whatever, right? And I like fucking after I stopped throwing up, I remember falling asleep, right? And it felt like it was a while that I fell asleep. In actuality, when I checked the time again, it was only like 10 minutes. And I got up and I was like, okay, I need it. And like this was like me becoming sober now. I'm like, this is the start of the hangover. I'm like,
yeah,
I have a headache. These vomit smelling sheets are not helping the headache.
No.
I need to clean these like right now before they set and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So I clean up the vomit and everything like that. And then I get the sheets and everything. I stuff it into the laundry basket. And I grab like my laundry gear and stuff like that. I throw on my slides instead of my shoes because I did not feel like putting on shoes and lacing them up or any of that. So I throw on my slides. And then I walk down the hall to the little laundry room. And I sat there 6 a.m. doing laundry. And then, before everyone was awake. And I don't know. It just felt like, damn, I could really use a coffee.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
I did the sheets and stuff like that, went back inside, slept for a little while longer, woke up again at like 10 or 11, went upstairs to my girlfriend and my friend Zahaya because they were roommates, which was very convenient.
Yeah.
And I told them about my night or whatever, and then Zahaya filled in like some of the blanks about like stuff that I like did or said or whatever. Yeah. And then we laughed about it, and then that was it. And that was the time that I got drunk. After that, I laid off of alcohol since. I have not taken a sip of alcohol since.
First and last time.
It probably won't be my last time, but
yeah, no.
I'm definitely doing like some moderation next time. Because I do not want to throw up like that again.
No, that's the worst part.
The rest of the night, golden. The throw up,
beautiful.
Horrible. Oh, man. I have like 2 or 3 more college stories to tell that we can do next time.
Okay.
Stay tuned for next time, and you can hear all of our many stories that are mediocre.
Well, guys, that was episode 2 of our podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed, and, stay tuned for the next one.
I guess. Or don't.
Who knows?
Maybe
care. 3 weeks from now, we'll record the 3rd one.
Yeah, we'll start it out in increments.
3
First one,
weeks? Come
2
on.
weeks for 2, 3 weeks for 3.
We can at least do 2 months.
Honestly, I think we can hit the deadline of 3 years if we try our hardest. So.
Well, that was the Domain Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.